if you want her to take accountability, you can try to pressure her into that. But women, especially from an unsafe man, they don't like pressure. They don't like, hey, it's your fault. It's all on you. Like, that's not what they want to feel in a relationship with a man. If you want her to take accountability, there's one effective way to do that. It's like, get radically accountable yourself and set that tone in the relationship. Hey, like, our family is a kingdom, and the rules of this kingdom are we own our shit. And I'm going to show you that. And maybe I have to show you that for 6 months because I've been doing the opposite for the last 10 years. So maybe for 6 months, I'm going to take accountability for everything I can take accountability for all the time, no exceptions. And in my experience with 80% of the clients I work with, their wives take a while to get used to that. And they're like, no, the pattern in our relationship is we blame each other. So they stay there. But after he's in this new pattern for a while, they go, oh, this actually is way better. And I've seen the way that you're leading in the relationship and why you own your role in things. Well, I guess that's the new way that we do things here. Okay, that actually gives me permission to start owning my stuff and saying, hey, I have to apologize for something. And the first time that happens with the guys, they're blown away because most of the guys join the program, and we laugh about this because I hear this almost every day. It's like, well, you don't know my wife. She'll never do that. She's never taken accountability for anything. She doesn't, she never shows appreciation for anything. And you have to kind of unpack with these guys. Well, hey, you want to be the leader. You want to be respected. You want her to feel safe with you. You want her to be feminine around you. It's like, okay, well, do the work. Like, you start showing that this is the new pattern in our family. And if it's a better pattern, she's probably going to be thrilled to adapt to that pattern and say, oh, this is way better. Happy to do this.
She will follow. Like, the thing is, when I watched Matt, and I'm going to use like an analogy here, like ascend that mountain, like become this great, in my opinion, great man with this king energy who was taking ownership and accountability and really leading our family. I didn't want to be left behind. Like, I watched him become this version of himself that I always knew he had so much potential, and that I believed he was already like an amazing man, but I didn't know how incredible he could become. And watching that, I was like, wow, like, I want to be there with him. I don't want to be stuck in my own, pardon my French, in my own shit, right? I want to get there too. And eventually I did start taking accountability and apologizing and showing up in all the ways that he was doing. And if you want to be the masculine leader, regardless of your gender, you have to take that first step. Like, if you're a woman and you want to be masculine, you want to lead and be in charge, then okay, then let's put it on the woman.
Yeah, go do that.
But if you're a man and you want to lead, you want to be the captain of your proverbial ship, like, you own that ship. And then the crew, I know it's going to sound maybe degrading to some, but the crew will fall in line. And I don't have any shame in saying that, because I love that I get to feel that I got to fall in line, quote unquote, because I feel so safe on the ship that he's leading now. Like, I can rest, I can relax, and I don't have to step into my masculine and take charge over of anything anymore. I mean, I take charge of the things in our life that are mine, that are my responsibility. But in the image of our relationship, like, he leads and I follow, but I want to. It's a choice. It's not because he's making me. And you didn't
always want to, right?
No, and I didn't. Yeah, I was very masculine.
And I was always like, well, that's because Whitney doesn't understand what's healthy. She doesn't get it. And I was so certain that, like, it was her. And looking back, like, it was not hers. Like, I was showing up in a way where it's like, well, no, like, I wasn't following myself. I would say, I'm going to go, whatever, I'm going to go to the gym, and then I wouldn't. Right? I'd say, I'm going to get our finances in order, and then I wouldn't. I'm going to take care of the kids or make sure the kitchen's clean, and then I wouldn't. It's like, well, I wasn't following myself, but I still expected her to follow me. And like, oh, surprise, she didn't like that deal. Right? And so, yeah, both of, like, it was, again, me leading, kind of like me looking at everything that I needed to look at. And then Whitney after that, and largely as a result of that, she's like, oh, I feel safe enough to look at me. Like, I know Matt thinks it's good to own things, so I can do that now. And I'm not going to get punished by him because he doesn't berate me like he used to, or yell like he used to, or make me feel unsafe. And so I can now relax into myself enough to actually get in touch with what I'm really feeling, which is like, oh yeah, hey, I kind of feel guilty about some of these things. And it's just been this.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's destabilizing to, like, look at yourself sometimes, like looking in the mirror and realizing that you were not always a good person. Like, that I've, behaved in ways that were beyond inappropriate, that were unkind. But when wanting to look at myself as a kind person, believing I'm a kind person, but then having to reconcile that I do unkind things, like it was really difficult. And so, but when I knew that I had Matt to rely on, like he was going to love me no matter what and support me no matter what. And like, it was okay. Like, he's like, hey babe, like I lived that with you. Like, I know that version of you. I was married to her before, remember? Like, it's okay. And I was like, okay, yeah, it is okay. And then eventually I was able to, find self-acceptance, and I no longer needed to like lean on him for all of that per se. But in the beginning I definitely did, because it was quite unnerving to admit certain things to myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that part's never easy at all. And I think when we were talking about it in the car, like no one leaves any relationship unscathed, especially marriage. You're playing at like an expert level once you decide to, create a life with somebody.